Two little snugglers in my bed here. Do you guys like living in this house?
Yes.
Yeah. What's your favourite part about the house?
It's cuddly.
It's cuddly.
And loving.
It's a loving house. I bet there has been lots of love in it over 400 years. That's a long time, isn't it? 400 years.
It's full of history.
Full of history, yeah. What are some things we don't like about the house?
Nothing.
Really? There's nothing you don't
Apart
like?
from the curtains.
Okay, the curtains. There's a lack of curtains in this house. My room actually doesn't have curtains, but it's got these little doors that shut over the windows, so it gets quite dark in my room. But Lishka's room is upstairs and you've got no curtains, eh? So she's been waking up quite early. We need to do something about that. So this is the entry to our house down those stairs. And this is this big open kind of hallway. You can open all these windows, it's quite lovely. And there at the end of the hallway is our toilet. Obviously this isn't the toilet that is 400 years old, but I'm pretty sure it's the site of where the old long drop would have been. So now it's a chemical toilet, which is quite an interesting thing. Basically, I think everything collects down there. When you flush the loo, with your hand there, it all washes everything down those two little silver flaps, and then collects down there and stews away in its chemical mixture, and I guess it gets emptied. And when you sit here, you can look out the window onto the road below, and people can look at you, I suppose. And this road gets quite busy in the summertime, so be sure to pull the curtains at those moments. But this is taking a bit of getting used to, the chemical toilet situation. Hey, Hosanna. But it fully works, it's easy to clean, and hey, what's not to love about going to the loo with a view? No, you can actually shut the door. But now I have to say about the toilet, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. The idea of a chemical toilet to me is a bit of a gross thing. But I have to say that it is not as awful as I initially imagined. One of the issues in the house is light. There's not much light. There's a couple of windows in this kitchen area. You can see a window there and a window there, and then a couple over here, but they don't provide a ton of light. So we have these little lamps. So to do our main cooking area, this is what we've got. We do have an older Thermomix, TM31, pretty stoked about that. And we have a little lamp here you can kind of move around, and a little cooker, one little cooker. So it's pretty basic, but it does work. And a jug, obviously, just boiled some water. And then over in the corner here we have a sink, and it's just a single sink with a single cold tap, which is from our well. But it's a really quirky system, and somehow I have managed to make it so that we have not run out of water, but we've lost pressure inside the pump somehow, because I was turning the water tap on and off. There are just quirks in houses like this that you kind of have to know how to work with the quirks, and if you don't, then you can end up in pickles. That's me. I have caused quite a few pickles, and this is one of them. So at the moment we are trucking water in from the neighbours, so that we can do anything, heat it up to wash dishes or anything like that. But in any case, this water that comes from that tap is not actually drinkable water anyway. So that's the well water that belongs to this house, and it is, yeah, you can wash in it and you can use it to do your dishes and stuff after you've boiled it. But that's a nice thing. But you can't drink that water, so we have to truck in drinking water from our neighbours anyway. I guess despite this place feeling really magical and as if you've stepped back in time, which is a super cool feeling, there's also a real element of well, there's frustration, especially with a lot of children around, because in order for things to work in a very small space and with limited resources, you actually have to be quite organised and onto it. And so a little bit of mess actually gets in the way quite a lot. So there's that side of the reality. This is the main living area. So a little plate section here and a slight preparation zone for food. And then over here we have the sink that doesn't work right now, and a bucket for washing dishes. That silver thing holds drinking water, so I've got a drinking water station, and that's Meshach's bed, which Cruz is on right now. Hi Cruz! And then we've got the kitchen table, Hosanna's bed with Meshach in it. Hi guys! And then this bed is the best bed in the house in the winter time. This is Cruzy's bed. You can make a fire down in these bits here, and then all of this area heats up, and then it's a real toasty pie place, which I suppose in minus 25 degrees or so, that's a nice thing. And then there's the cooking area in the corner there, just under the bed. At the moment, that's the cooking area anyway. There are some parts of living in a house like this that make it quite challenging. One of them is when you're injured. So yesterday we had a bit of a situation, and I'll let Meshach and Cruz tell you about that. But as a result, we have a bit of an injury that we're having to deal with in a different way.
He fell into the water, and there must have been something under there that cut his toe. And when he came out, his toe was bleeding and he was crying.
We've got a sore toe, don't we, Meshach? And our toe is it's cut. Lift up your foot. Let's have a look at it. Lift it up, lift it up. Here it is. He's got a cut on his toe, and it's pretty dirty. And we don't have a bath or a shower here at the moment. Well, not with running water. And so we've got a bowl of boiled water, and we're doing it old school style. Basically, yesterday's encounter was an attempt to find another wild swimming amazing spot, which was a bit of a disaster. And it is a bit hit and miss. You're often looking at a map going, that looks like somewhere we could swim. And we went to this place. It was like a giant lake pond. Not a lake, I wouldn't really call it a lake. Hey, it was more of a pond than a lake, but it was a very big pond. And there was nobody else swimming, which is often a sign in itself, right? And so we went for this swim, and it was kind of slimy going in, and the water was a greeny color, and we were like, well, it's pretty hot. It was 27 degrees. And so we went in anyway, but as Meshach was coming out, he cut his toe on glass. And turns out after we looked around, there was a heap of glass that none of us even noticed going in, and we were all barefoot. So it was an accident waiting to happen. And so not our finest wild swimming moment. But these sorts of things pose a little bit more of a challenge just in a situation like this in the house, because it's, we just don't have the normal stuff that we would have in a more modern house. I guess in the end, living in this house is quite cool, but it definitely has its challenges, and there are moments where I would love to be at home with our mod cons and, the ease that comes with hot running water and having a shower or a bath. But we are enjoying the experience, and we're accepting it as all part of the adventure. So that's it from here.